The NBA season has barely begun, but the Golden State Warriors have already shown what they're made of. With a record of 11 wins and 3 losses, the team led by Stephen Curry seems more determined than ever to return to the NBA Finals. The Warriors have displayed impressive efficiency in their plays, particularly on offense, where they excel both in field goals and three-point shooting. One aspect stealing the spotlight is the performance of the bench. With an average of 55 points per game, the bench players are contributing significantly, creating a balance that could be essential for the long season ahead. If this level of production continues, the San Francisco team could be on the verge of breaking a historic record, undoubtedly strengthening their title contention. But the front office does not seem willing to settle. Under general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr., the team has been exploring ways to further strengthen the roster. The recent injury to DeAnthony Melton, who suffered an ACL sprain, left a gap on the bench. This has reignited discussions about the need for a veteran who could bring stability and experience to the group. Among the potential reinforcements, a familiar figure emerges, Harrison Barnes. One of the key players in the Warriors' 2015 championship, Barnes was the starting forward during that historic campaign, which ended a 40-year title drought. Known for his consistency and versatility, he was a crucial piece both offensively and defensively. After leaving the Warriors, Barnes continued his career with the Dallas Mavericks and, more recently, with the Sacramento Kings. Now, at 32 years old, he plays for the San Antonio Spurs, where he remains a role model for the team's young talents. This season, Barnes has stood out with averages of 10.9 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 42.6% three-point shooting. What makes Harrison Barnes an ideal candidate to return to Golden State is not just his technical performance. His NBA Finals experience, combined with his ability to hit crucial shots, is the type of attribute that could help the Warriors maintain offensive depth and even mentor the team's young players. The question that arises is, how to make this trade viable? The Warriors have young talents that could interest the San Antonio Spurs. Moses Moody and Brandon Podziemski are two names that could be included in a package, along with draft picks, to convince the Spurs to release Barnes. Meanwhile, Jonathan Kuminga, one of the most promising players on the roster, would hardly be involved in the deal, as the franchise sees him as an essential part of its future. On the other hand, Podziemski, who hasn't had the best start to the season, might be a negotiable piece. This trade would represent a delicate balance, strengthening the bench without compromising the team's future. However, the main question remains, is Harrison Barnes the ideal reinforcement for the Warriors? At 36 years old, Stephen Curry continues to be one of the league's best players, proving he still has plenty of fuel left in the tank. His performance this season places him as one of the main MVP candidates, proving that he remains the team's centerpiece. Nevertheless, time is relentless. Players of Curry's caliber typically have only 1 or 2 more peak seasons. This adds extra pressure on the Warriors' front office to assemble a roster that can maximize the remaining prime years of their leader. Currently tied for the lead in the Western Conference, the team faces concerns from many analysts who argue that the roster, despite all its talent, still lacks the depth needed to compete at the highest level in the playoffs. While the idea of bringing Harrison Barnes back is an intriguing option, another possibility has sparked even more heated debates. Recently, Grant Hughes of Bleacher Report suggested that the Warriors could explore a trade with the Phoenix Suns to bring Kevin Durant back to the Bay Area. Durant, who won championships and was Finals MVP for the Warriors in 2017 and 2018, needs no introduction. His ability to score from anywhere on the court, combined with his experience, would make him a significant addition to any team, especially one aiming for titles immediately. However, finalizing this trade would be a challenge. Suns owner Matt Ishbia still believes in the potential of the trio Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant to win a championship. However, if the team's performance fails to meet expectations in the coming months, Durant might reconsider his stay in Phoenix. For the Warriors, a trade for Durant would mean giving up valuable assets, such as draft picks and possibly even Jonathan Kuminga, a young player with star potential. Such a decision would require courage and long-term vision from the front office. If Durant does become available, the Warriors must be ready to act quickly. His arrival could transform the team, making it one of the title favorites and increasing the chances of Curry winning another ring before the end of his career. The Golden State Warriors are at a crucial juncture in their journey. With a promising start to the season but clear challenges ahead, the team must decide its next move, whether by bringing back a familiar veteran like Harrison Barnes or betting on a superstar like Kevin Durant. The front office will need to act both boldly and strategically. To better understand the Golden State Warriors situation, we must remember that this is not just a pivotal season for the team. It's also a moment of transition, where the focus is split between maximizing championship chances with Curry at his peak and planning for a sustainable future for the franchise. Historically, the Warriors have always been an innovative team, both in talent development and building a balanced roster. Players like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green emerged within the system and evolved alongside Curry, creating a dynasty. But now, with the veterans aging, the challenge is to integrate young prospects without compromising immediate performance. In this context, the idea of acquiring a veteran like Harrison Barnes seems attractive. He offers stability, knowledge of the system, and an adaptability that few players possess. On the other hand, Durant's arrival would bring an entirely opposite approach, going all in with a bold move to win now, even if it comes at a high cost for the team's future. The Warriors' future may lie in the young talents already on the roster. Jonathan Kuminga is seen as a key piece due to his versatility and defensive potential. Moses Moody and Brandon Podziemski also have characteristics that can be developed to fill specific gaps in the team. But are these young players ready to contribute at a high level in the playoffs? This is the big question looming over the franchise. Recent experience shows that, although the Warriors have developed stars in the past, like Curry and Thompson, not all young players can handle the pressure of playing for a title-contending team. Whatever the decision, the front office must find a balance. Trading these talents could accelerate results, but might also jeopardize the future. Keeping them, on the other hand, requires patience, something that might be difficult with Curry's clock ticking. Another point to consider is the psychological impact a new acquisition could have on the rest of the roster. Bringing in a player like Durant or Barnes is not just about adding technical skills. It also sends a clear message to the players. The front office is willing to do whatever it takes to win. This confidence can boost team morale, especially during the tougher moments of the season. During the playoffs, when every possession matters, the presence of a veteran with NBA Finals experience could be the difference between victory and defeat. Moreover, players like Curry and Thompson have a strong emotional connection with both Durant and Barnes. These connections could ease the adaptation of either player to the system, making the transition quicker and more efficient. The potential moves in the Warriors roster also have a direct impact on the fans. Harrison Barnes is a beloved name among fans thanks to his role in the dynasty's first title. Many still see him as a Warrior at heart, and his return would be enthusiastically received. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, is a name that divides opinions. While he was crucial for the 2017 and 2018 championships, his departure in 2019 left a bitter taste for some fans. Despite this, Durant's talent is undeniable, and his return would undoubtedly bring a new wave of excitement. For the front office, aligning fans' expectations with the team's objectives is always a challenge. A risky trade might initially face criticism, but would quickly be forgiven if it delivers results. Similarly, a conservative approach might keep fans satisfied in the short term, but frustrate them if results don't come. Looking ahead to the playoffs, both options, Barnes or Durant, would bring distinct benefits. With Harrison Barnes, the Warriors would gain a reliable player who can contribute on both ends of the court. He wouldn't require drastic changes to the system and would fit perfectly into the bench, providing the stability that has been lacking since Melton's injury. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, would represent a significant upgrade. He would transform the Warriors into a powerhouse once again, making them indisputable title favorites. However, his presence would require adjustments to the rotation and might limit the development of young talents. Both options carry their risks and rewards, and the final decision will depend on how aggressive the front office is willing to be in pursuing an immediate championship. More than just the current season, what's at stake is the legacy of one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. The core of Curry, Thompson, and Green has already secured its place in history, but the possibility of adding another title to their resume is tempting. For Curry, every season is an opportunity to further solidify his position as one of the greatest players of all time. For Thompson and Green, it's a chance to prove they still have gas left in the tank after injuries and physical challenges. And for the front office, it's an opportunity to show they can lead the franchise into a new era, maintaining the balance between the present and the future. Now it's up to you, Warriors fan. Which path do you think the front office should take? Should they bet on the security of Harrison Barnes, who already knows the system and can strengthen the bench, or take a gamble to bring Kevin Durant back and build a legendary team once more? Additionally, how do you see the role of the young players in the franchise's future? Should they be developed with patience or traded to maximize title chances now? Leave your comments, share your ideas, and join this discussion. Your support is crucial to keeping the debate alive about the future of one of the NBA's greatest franchises. Stay tuned, because this season promises to be exciting, and we'll be here to cover every detail of this incredible journey.